Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Stories from Webb Chapter Chats. This week, the chapter is Chapter 16, I Will Not Be Silent. And this chapter is really personal and important to me because it talks about how the state of Texas has moved to an A through F rating when it comes to school districts and schools. And so our school districts, this was the first year for their A through F ratings, and ours come this next year. And I talk about in this chapter how one of my biggest frustrations and concerns with this has always been that I don't feel like a letter grade from one day of testing really defines where you are as a school. It doesn't define the hard work your counselors are doing to provide that mental health support and the clothing and the supplies, or the teachers who go out to after-school t-ball games or dance recitals, or it doesn't show the excitement that the teachers are building around and engaging lessons. It doesn't show the house system that you're doing that have all the kids really pumped to be at school every day and really working their hardest while they're at school. It doesn't show all the times that teachers have given up many after hours over the phone or doing home visits or hot dog cookouts or our gentleman's night or tea with a lady. It doesn't show any of those kind of things in a letter grade. And so I'm always leery of remaining silent and allowing a letter grade to define a campus when I feel like there's so much more that really goes in to defining that campus. And it is a daily battle for me to remind myself to not be defined by a letter grade, but also to remind my team, because every one of us are there for the betterment of kids and to do what's best for kids every single day. And so when you work in communities that can be overrun with poverty, whether that is emotional poverty or financial poverty, you have to realize the damage that sometimes these ratings can do and how they're not equal from school to school to school, depending on the resources and the kind of environment the kids are growing up in. And I end the chapter talking about that no matter what, I'm going to remind my students that they are wonderful, that they are more than a test score, that anybody will ever tell them they are. I'm going to praise my team for the hard work they're doing. I'm going to push them. I'm going to challenge them, and I'm going to make them work. But I want them to know that we see and we value the hard work that's going on in schools every day. And so for those of you that may feel beat down by a system that judges you on one day's worth of scores, where you're working with little hearts and little minds that could have come on a totally bad day for that, just remember that you are more than a score, and your kids are more than a score. So get out there and do what's best for kids every single day. You can get your copy of Stories from Webb on Amazon or Barnes & Noble now.